Here we go. I'm playing Oleg. He's wanted a 5-5 game where he had white, so he got white, and the time control is 5 minutes with a 5-second increment or delay increment. So he's playing the Italian game, and he's going for one of the main lines. Let's see if he plays with D3 or D4. D4, okay. That's the old way of playing. Not so common these days. It's you can sacrifice a pawn here in many cases. Yeah, this is one way to sacrifice a pawn. Get some compensation. So when he castled, he unpinned this knight. And if you take with the knight, you lose some time with this bishop. I forget all the details, but anyway, the point is you should take with the bishop. Then you just castle here. I play D5, I think, if he hasn't done anything to prevent you. There are other lines here where where white gets in D5, but not the way he played it. Okay, so he's getting in D5 now. So after I take, he'll push, I assume. And where does the knight go? It can go to yeah, it can go to E7. Then out to G6. Can I just defend the pawn though, and develop a piece? Takes, I take. Yeah, I think that's good. He could push. Maybe that's interesting for him, but his bishop would be kind of shut out too. Okay, so he wants to harass my rook. Well, this is not bad, putting the rook on the open file here. Don't see any reason not to do that. Okay, and now he brings his knight in, so let's take the pawn. Yeah, let's take first. You can always take here. Leave my pawn structure a little messed up, but his bishop is hanging. And my pieces are all pretty nicely centralized here. So how about knight to knight to c3? Hits his queen and his bishop, so the bishop doesn't have time to play bishop takes c6. He moves the queen. I take the bishop. I think that's good. And let's see, I have 4 pawns to 2, but my pawns are all messed up, so it's not such a big advantage. I would rather get rid of his bishop pair and give back a pawn or 2. Just get kind of a normal game like this. So, well, I could take this pawn. He has a dark squared bishop here. But I'll have an active queen. And, I have a passed pawn. And what I was thinking is that might be interesting to threaten checkmate over here. Gives up another pawn. Still. How does he react to this? Plays f3, I guess. Oh, he brings his queen back. Okay, well, let's he has a dark squared bishop, so he can threaten mate on g7. I'll probably play f6 to... but f6 he can take. What I will do is actually push my pawn forward. I said that too hastily. Too hastily. I don't have coverage on the c6 square. Okay, we'll defend. So I'm a pawn up, opposite colored bishops. And he's just going to blockade here. Let's take the queens off. And activate my rook. Yeah, it's too bad. He can maybe harass my rook. He's going after the pawn, though. That's interesting. So let's, I push. He takes. I push again. He moves a rook. And unfortunately, my bishop is not covering that square. Okay, I'll put that on a light square so his bishop can't attack it. His king could come over and attack my rook. That's what I was getting a little bit worried about. It looks like he's not especially concerned about that. Oh, right. Let's see if I can do something clever here. Don't see it, so I gave up my pawn for nothing. It's just pile up on the 7th rank there. Maybe I'll get another pawn on the outside here. Yeah, he can attack it. Yeah, let's get my pawns covered here. Let's see. Yeah, I have to be a little careful. Right? He's going to go check, and then if the bishop were on this diagonal, he could mate me in the corner there. It's not there yet. So if he checks first, go to g7, then it checks with the bishop, I can play pawn to f6 blocking the diagonal. Yeah, so he plays there first. So I need to do something. Well, let's see. No, it's just check and checks. I can't do anything too slow here. Like taking the pawn, for example. I can't do that. I can try and attack my my knight, my bishop. I have to be careful about going king to e3. Okay, so I take. Has he got some clever check with his bishop? We'll see. Or was it just an oversight? Yeah, so he's going there. So let's think about this. I play rook to E or D5, hitting his bishop. He plays the check. I come up to defend my bishop. He attacks my pawn. I take his bishop. He takes my pawn. Yeah, so I can attack his pawn. I mean I can attack his bishop. So he steps out of the way. Okay, so let's get that pawn rolling. So let's see. If I go here, he just checks me back. So let's go here. And let's keep that pawn rolling. Okay, if I attack his knight, he will. If I attack his rook, he will take there anyway. Let's go with check. Let's bring my my king over to attack his bishop and just help promote this pawn. That's the plan. Okay, we are going. It's a go. I guess he's going to trade his bishop. Trade his bishop for a pawn. And try and win with 2 pawns against a rook and bishop. Rook and 2 pawns versus rook and bishop. After this pawn is traded. This pawn isn't going to survive long. And just bring my king over closer to the action. So let's see what he can do in the time remaining. Let's attack a pawn. There we go. Okay, so let's get the bishop on this diagonal here, attacking the f-pawn. Okay, maybe we can drive his rook away. Let's see, it's better to go forward, but then he kicks me back, so I will drop back here. have an idea. Get my bishop around to attack his g-pawn. That's interesting. So he fell for a tactic. This should be winning. Well, if he took with the king, I was going to take the pawn. So he needed to take with the pawn, and then I would, with rook and bishop, try and round up those pawns. That doesn't really change anything. Oh, it does change something. It does change something. Here. He could have pushed forward with check. Anyway. Guess I should go in front of the king. That's what I wanted to see. Okay, so drive the king to the side, round up those pawns, and then I should be able to mate him. Okay. Well, you know, this is tricky. If I step forward, he's going to come forward and attack my knight. Oh, attack my rook. I can actually step here and defend the rook, and he has to step back. Well, if he does that, I can take the pawn. Got to be careful not to let it get too far. But just far enough. Okay. Put the rook in front of the pawn again. Worked well last time. Okay, he resigned. I was going to say, there's probably a way to waste a move there and then round up the pawn. Anyway, that's it for this game. I will upload this and do a postmortem. See you guys later. Bye.